Imagine waking up one morning, millions in the bank, your face on every magazine, fans screaming your name. Then, just 24 hours later, it's all gone. The money, the fame, the respect, everything vanished. Today, we're looking at 5 people who were at the absolute top of the world and then lost it all in a single moment. Stay until the end because number 1 will genuinely shock you.
Welcome back to Fame Burst, the channel where we explore the rise, the fall, and everything in between. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we drop stories like this every week. Now, let's get into it. Case 1. Mike Tyson. At his peak, Mike Tyson was worth over $300 million. He had mansions, exotic tigers, private jets, and a name that made the entire world stop and watch. But by 2003, he was bankrupt. Not a little broke, $300 million. Gone. How? Lavish spending, bad management, people around him who took advantage of every dollar he made. At one point, he was spending $400,000 a month just on personal expenses. Mike Tyson didn't lose his fame because of one punch. He lost everything because of the life he built around that fame and the people he trusted with it.
In the early 2000s, Amanda Bynes was one of the biggest young stars in Hollywood. Nickelodeon loved her, studios loved her, the public loved her. Then, almost overnight, she disappeared from the screen. Public meltdowns, legal issues, a very public breakdown played out in real time on social media. What happened? Many experts believe she was under immense industry pressure from a very young age with no real support system around her. The fame came too fast, and when things started cracking, no one around her knew how to help. Her story isn't just about a fall from grace. It's a warning about what the entertainment industry does to people when the cameras stop rolling.
Case 3. MC Hammer. You can't touch this. Literally, for a moment in the early 90s, MC Hammer was untouchable. He sold over 50 million records, performed in sold-out arenas, and built an empire worth an estimated $33 million. By 1996, he filed for bankruptcy. The reason? He employed over 200 people on his personal payroll. Backup dancers, chefs, security guards, assistants, all living off his fortune. He was too generous too fast with money that didn't last. MC Hammer's fall is one of the most human stories on this list. He didn't lose everything because he was greedy. He lost it because he tried to bring everyone with him.
Case 4. Tiger Woods. In November 2009, Tiger Woods was the most recognizable athlete on the planet. Billion-dollar deals, perfect public image, a legacy being built in real time. Then, a single car crash at 2 a.m. outside his own home started unraveling everything. Within weeks, over 12 sponsors dropped him. His marriage ended. His swing broke down. The man who once seemed impossible to beat couldn't even make the cut at tournaments. Tiger's story is unique because his fall wasn't financial, it was reputational. And in many ways, that's harder to recover from, because you can always make more money, but trust, that takes years. The good news? Tiger is one of the few people on this list who actually clawed his way back. But the version of Tiger Woods the world fell in love with in 1997, that person never fully returned.
Case 5. Britney Spears. And now number 1, the one that still feels unreal. In 2007, Britney Spears was the most Googled person on earth. Not just a pop star, a cultural phenomenon, Grammy winner, record breaker, icon. And then, in the span of a few weeks, she shaved her head in front of cameras. She attacked a paparazzi car with an umbrella. She lost custody of her children. She was placed under a legal conservatorship that controlled every aspect of her life for the next 13 years. 13 years!
But here's the part that makes Britney's story different from everyone else on this list. She didn't fall because of bad decisions or bad spending. She fell because the system around her failed her completely. The media, the industry, even her own family. The hashtag Free Britney movement eventually helped end the conservatorship in 2021. But the years she lost, the control, the freedom, the prime of her life, nobody can give that back.
Case 6. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is one of the greatest actors of his generation. Academy Award winner, box office legend, a name that guaranteed a sold-out opening weekend. At his peak, Nicolas Cage was earning $20 million per film, and he spent every single dollar of it. 15 private jets, 9 Rolls-Royces, a $67 million castle in Germany, an island in the Bahamas, 2 albino king cobras, a dinosaur skull that he outbid Leonardo DiCaprio to purchase at auction. By 2009, the IRS came knocking. He owed $14 million in unpaid taxes. His properties were seized. His accounts were frozen. Nicolas Cage didn't have a scandal. He didn't have a breakdown. He simply spent money faster than any human being on earth could possibly earn it. But here's the part that makes his story different from everyone else. He didn't file for bankruptcy. He didn't disappear. He picked up the phone and said yes to every movie offer that came his way. Some good, some terrible, but he showed up every single time. Nicolas Cage paid back every dollar he owed by working, film after film after film. Most people in his position would have given up. Nicolas Cage just kept acting. And somehow, that makes him one of the most quietly inspiring people on this entire list.
Case 7. Kanye West. In February 2026, Kanye West posted a tweet that shocked the world. He said he was $53 million in personal debt and begged Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion investment. This was Kanye West, one of the best-selling music artists of all time, a fashion mogul, a cultural icon worth, on paper, hundreds of millions of dollars. How does someone like that end up $53 million in debt? The answer is simple. Kanye bet everything on himself. Every dollar he made went back into his music, his fashion line, his creative projects. He was building an empire, but empires cost money before they make money. Nobody gave him the $1 billion, but Kanye kept going anyway. And then everything changed. In 2022, his Yeezy partnership with Adidas was generating $1.5 billion in annual revenue. Forbes estimated his net worth at nearly $2 billion. Then, in October 2022, a series of public statements cost him everything. Adidas dropped him, Gap dropped him, his talent agency dropped him. His net worth dropped from $2 billion to an estimated $400 million in a matter of weeks. Kanye West has lost everything and rebuilt it multiple times now. His story is not about money. It is about what happens when talent, ego, and self-destruction live inside the same person at the same time.
Case 8. Lindsay Lohan. In 2004, Lindsay Lohan was the most promising young actress in Hollywood. Mean Girls made her a star overnight. Studios were lining up. The world was hers. Then, over the next few years, everything unraveled in slow motion. DUIs, arrests, rehab, court appearances, a career that went from blockbusters to tabloid headlines. By 2012, she was virtually unemployable in Hollywood. Directors wouldn't cast her. Insurers wouldn't cover her. The girl who once had everything had become a cautionary tale. But here is what the tabloids never told you about Lindsay Lohan. Behind all the headlines was a young woman who had been working since she was 3 years old. 3! Her childhood was spent on set, in auditions, under studio lights, while her personal life was chaos that no child should ever have to navigate. By the time she was a teenager, she was the financial provider for her entire family. The pressure was impossible, and when she finally broke, the entire world watched and laughed. Nobody asked why, they just kept taking photos. Today, Lindsay Lohan is back. A Netflix film, a new public image, a life she built quietly, away from the cameras that destroyed her the first time. Her comeback didn't make as many headlines as her fall. It never does. But it happened, and that matters more than anything else.
8 people, 8 completely different paths, but one common thread running through every single story on this list. The higher you climb, the more people are waiting at the bottom, waiting to catch you or waiting to watch you fall. And sometimes the hardest part isn't the fall itself. It's figuring out who was really on your side the whole time. Mike Tyson lost $300 million and rebuilt himself from nothing. Tiger Woods shattered his body and walked back onto the greatest golf course in the world. Britney Spears lost 13 years of her life and still found the strength to fight back. Nicolas Cage paid back millions, one movie at a time. Lindsay Lohan was written off by an entire industry and came back anyway. These are not just stories of failure. These are stories of what happens after failure, and that part nobody talks about enough. So here is my question for you today. When life knocks you down, and it will, what kind of person do you want to be? The one who stays down or the one who gets back up? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If this video hit different for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe to Fameburst, hit the bell, because next week we have a story that is going to stop you in your tracks. I'll see you then.